Hello, and thank you for joining me here at Take Five with Nate Five. Hey, that's me. Still raising my voice that Black history is American history. And she started an organization called Detroit Heals. And her mission is not only activism and empowerment, but she's training young people to be activists and to know what that means, to understand that. Take a look at her story and be impressed.
They tell me, like, Miss Darby, you're like the best teacher we ever had. And I always flip it on them and say, no, you all are the best teacher that I ever had. My name is Dr. Sirrita Darby, she, her pronouns, and I'm an executive director for Detroit Hills Detroit, and today we are at the Healing Hub. The Healing Hub is a love note to our city, from Detroit youth to Detroit youth. We've really built this space because we want to make sure we can foster youth, healing justice for all Detroit youth, and having a physical space that they can do that in daily. So that's why we're here at the Healing Hub, where healing is encouraged and healing is normalized for young people every day. So we have different services to make sure we're supporting our community, like free washer and dryer. We have free tutoring here. We have a free store that's open every day. So just those basic things that our community needs, and those things that centered around healing to make sure our youth can heal. And so in turn, the community heals as well. I started teaching around 7 years ago, got into education after being in an educational policy class and realizing how really messed up our education system was, and really wanted to be something that was a solution to that. So I was like, I'm going to go into teaching first and work my way up to be that solution and make a systems level approach to that. I went back to the east side and taught in the same neighborhood in which I was familiar with, grew up in, lived in, so saw how trauma manifests in the classroom and the communities. And I think that's important because I think a lot of times some teachers go home to their suburban cul-de-sacs and don't see how trauma manifests in communities as well. So I think I saw it through a different lens, as some of my students were my neighbors, right? So I saw them when I went home and when I was at school. So that gave me the charge to kind of circumvent that required curriculum that unfortunately didn't affirm their identities or shared experiences. And so we did healing circles every Friday. Those healing circles led to a whole publication known as Forbidden Tears. We were able to push that book out to a lot of people, got invited to other Detroit schools to do that youth healing work that we were doing in our classroom. And our young people loved it. And they came back and was like, Ms. Darby, we want to create an after school program out of this to go and lay with this book. And I was like, why not take it a step further and create a whole nonprofit, because this work has to exist in schools and in communities as well. And I told them if they were serious to really write a business plan for me. And that was Monday. That business plan was in my hand on Friday. So since then, we've been able to create Detroit Hills Detroit, where our mission is to foster healing justice for the Detroit youth, in which they're able to transform their pain into power while simultaneously combating the systems that creates that trauma in the first place.
Thank you for joining me here at Take Five with Nate Five. Be blessed.